Well, hello and welcome to the Master's Table. Thank you for joining us today.
Again today.
Yeah, another day. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We've got a great dish for you today, and Frankie's going to tell you all about it. This is Frankie Cleveland, your host, and I'm Tina Cleveland, your co-host.
Yep, my co-host.
The one that don't know how to cook, that's trying to learn.
Well, don't neither one of us know how to cook. You know, it's funny. We was laughing about that earlier. We don't claim to be chefs. I'm not a chef. I just love to cook.
Yeah.
And God give us a
lot of people agree with that.
Yeah, that's right. That's okay. I bet I keep them from being hungry.
We're good.
Yeah, we love it. We have a great time. We got this heating up already, Tina. I'm gonna let you put a little oil in there. We'll let our pot heat up a little bit before we go to break. I want to tell you what we're gonna do. This is very simple. Just give me do that about one more time. And we'll let that be heating up, and then we'll have it ready when we come back. This is very simple today. We're doing a creamy chicken Cajun pasta. I'm getting tongue-tied right there.
Creamy chicken Cajun pasta
dish. Yeah, and we're gonna use some good Creole, and we're gonna step it up. We're gonna kind of put a little sausage in there, a little bit of sausage. So we're gonna step it up a little bit. Very simple ingredients. We got some chicken, got some onions, got some heavy cream, a little bit of Parmesan sausage, tomatoes, just a few basic things, stuff that you probably already have in your cupboard at home. So
say that one more time. So that creamy. Write it down. Creamy chicken Cajun pasta.
You want to add anything else to that?
No, I just want to say it 10 times.
Sausage. No, we're going to cut this up. We're going to get this going. So y'all stay with us. If you want this recipe, get you something, write it down. If not, if you don't want to write it down, send me an email and I'll send it to you.
Be right back. All right, welcome back. Let's get started on this dish.
This creamy chicken Cajun pasta. Say that 10 times. Cajun
so
pasta.
It's CCCP.
Yeah, okay. I put just a little bit of butter in there with that oil.
I
put just a little bit of butter. Like I said, that's coming on up to temp. We're going to drop this chicken first. Now, the recipe calls for a pound of chicken, and I know I cut up like 3 chicken breasts. I didn't measure this. I know this is probably more than a pound. I may not even put all this in there, but I'm going to start adding.
Put it. It'll be all right.
That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to see if this pot can stand it so we can lay it out. But you can use a pound to start with, according to your skillet, I guess what I'm trying to say, because if you got a smaller skillet, a pound would probably work good. So I went ahead and pre-cut this. I didn't want to bore you. Y'all know how to cut up chicken. I'll show you what I've done. Tina, what I want you to do is move those out around and get them all kind of flattened out. I'm going to see if I need to put
with my stir in the pot spoon. And that makes me, I want to take just 1 second and say our brother in Christ and Greg Williams and his wife Charlotte, they made this for me. And Greg just came through open heart surgery, and he kind of had a rough time, but he's doing good now. And I just want to say thank y'all, and I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're watching the show.
Yep. Thank you, Charlotte and Greg, for the spoons.
Yep.
Yeah, just get them flat. Just get them flat and then let them lay and start to cook right there. And what I'm gonna do, go ahead and be cutting up. This is just you can use andouille, but I didn't stop until late yesterday, and I couldn't find any andouille. I think you would probably be better off if you want to make it more of an authentic dish. Use the andouille sausage, but I love this beef sausage. We use this beef sausage, don't we, Miss Cleveland? Put in just about everything.
Could you use turkey?
I mean, I guess you could.
The turkey sausage is good.
Yeah, you could use the turkey. You could use whatever you wanted to, I guess. But I'm going to cut these out, just kind of in some bite. And I like to cut them. A friend of mine told me instead of just cutting them, just little bitty pieces, he says sometimes cut some long chunks. And I'm going to cut that in half, but just cut them into some long squares. And in this dish, I'm going to show you what I like to do sometimes. I like to do some that's big, and then I like to do some and then quarter them up. So there's some that's not quite so big. So while Miss Cleveland's got that chicken going, just go ahead and cut that up pretty high, Tina, and get that going. Then you can cut it back down to a medium heat. And when that starts to cook, we're going to go ahead and drop these onions and this sausage in there. This is, like I said, very simple, very easy. This is something you can come. This is one of the things we try to gear our show toward, is something that you can come home and cook that'll be good and it'll be quick, because all of us have busy schedules, and especially y'all, our kids is grown and gone and back home and gone again, and But if you got young kids, you don't want to spend a whole lot of time in the kitchen at night because there's always homework to do. There's always stuff to do, stuff that's got to get done. So you don't want to spend all your evening in the kitchen. So this is one of those that'll come together in a hurry.
We don't have the small kids, and we still can't get everything done.
I know. I don't even try no more. Just let that lay there.
I'm letting it lay. I'm just making sure.
Quit flipping it.
I'm gonna put up a shield right here, and just with a little hole so I can. You can tell me. You can't see what I'm doing over here.
We want to let it cook on that side.
It is.
Yeah, but you keep moving and flipping it. We're gonna that's got a little bit of a head start. Now what we're gonna do? Let me rinse my hands off. Just let that set just for a second. And I want to season that just a little bit, and then we're gonna start putting our other ingredients in there. Like I said, this is very simple, but this is very, very, very good. We're gonna go ahead and start. This is a Cajun pasta, Creole. So here we go with some Creole. We're gonna go ahead and give this a. The recipe calls for 3 tablespoons. I don't know if I'm gonna go that much or not. I'm gonna go right there, and we're gonna cook this, and we may add a little more in a little bit, but according to your liking, according to your heat, according to how much Creole you like, measure with your heart on that. So I'm gonna start right there, and then we may add a little bit. So now that you got that going, we're gonna go ahead and dump. This was a very large onion, so I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see right, probably about right there. That was a real large onion, so I'm not gonna put quite all of that. Just let it set, Miss Cleveland. And we're gonna go ahead and come to this. You wouldn't have to add this sausage, but I like to let my sausage cook a little bit longer. Some people put it in a little bit later in the game, but I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle this in there right now. Then we're gonna I'm gonna let you mix it in a minute, and just let that chicken keep cooking on that bottom just for a second. Got that in there. No sausage left behind. Let me rinse my hands one more time, and then we're gonna come back and press some garlic. We're gonna put some garlic, and I'm gonna be ready to let you start stirring in a minute. Like I say, this dish comes together real fast, and it's real good, and it's full of flavor. As a matter of fact, it can be as much flavor as you want it as far as heat. So what we done, we put a coat of Creole on there. I haven't put anything else. I may go ahead and hit it with just a little bit of black pepper, just lightly. Not gonna overpower it with a bunch of black pepper. Do that, and I'm not even gonna put any salt right now. We're gonna taste it as we get it closer to being done, and then we'll see where we at on that. So I got my handy dandy garlic press right here.
I just had an idea.
What'd you have an idea about?
You could cook the sausage and the onions the night before and put them in the refrigerator. Then when you come home, just cook the chicken and then throw them in there.
And you know what else you could do?
Cook the chicken before.
You could cook the whole dish before and just come home and pop it in the microwave.
That's true. Just do that. Just do that.
All right, but you could, if you wanted to get a head start on it, that's a great idea. You could.
I'm just thinking fast.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead and do some meal prep.
Yeah.
A night or two. You know, a lot of time what we like to do when we come home from church, sometimes on Sunday, if I've had a chance to get to the store, I'll buy some ground beef and buy some chicken and stuff, and I'll throw all that on the grill. Cook it all. We put it in containers, and we eat on all week. We don't have to do a whole lot of cooking.
Yep.
Now,
thank goodness.
The recipe calls for 3 cloves. I'm putting 4 cloves because this is a little bit bigger pan. It can stand it, and I like the garlic anyway. This fresh garlic. So Tina, what we're gonna let you do, and if you want to kind of roll that and just flip that and get that bottom to the top and top to the bottom and all that good stuff.
I can do it.
I know you can. That's the reason why I got you over there. You can handle that right there.
Right.
I love this garlic. So I'm going to leave that there. I don't think we'll need any more garlic. I'm going to go ahead and move this chicken. Put it back over here and put it somewhere where to stay cool for a minute. Like I said, it's a lot of flavor, but it's not a whole lot of ingredients in it.
Them onions burning my eyes.
I told you when I cut that onion up.
Good Lord.
That onion right there is not playing at all. I don't know where it come from, but whew, it is showing up. It is an onion. Ain't no doubt about that.
I'm not a crier, but I might be today.
Actually getting a little bit of room over on my workstation, Miss Cleveland. I don't know. Do you think you need any more? You want any more garlic? I don't think we need any more garlic.
No,
That's a good bit. That was 4 pretty good sized cloves. So And then when you get that, just kind of
I'd put the
pat
top
it
on
back
it
down.
and let it cook.
You want to put a top on it for a minute?
Yeah.
I don't know if we got a top out for that. Did we get a top out for that?
That way it'll cook quicker.
It may be right here. We'll let it cook a little bit with a top on it. Just clean. Right, that's a pretty big one. Look at there. That's perfect, just like it was made for it, wasn't it?
I told you.
Now, like I said, we got a cup of heavy whipping cream. We're gonna put in heavy cream, but we're gonna let this cook just for another minute. And we got some Parmesan, and of course we're gonna dump these tomatoes. I want to let that cook just a little bit. And this is I love the fire roasted tomatoes. These are diced. You can get any kind of diced tomatoes you want, but I love the flavor of the fire roasted. That's just my favorite.
Yep.
And a matter of fact, my can opener wasn't acting right, so I'm gonna have to kind of pry it open a little bit. You need to send me a new can opener. But these are garlic. This is fire roasted tomatoes, and they got garlic in those too. So that's going to be really good. I like the ones that's got the garlic. Big box store don't always have those, but I seen them yesterday.
I don't even like tomatoes really, not a lot, but those fire roasted, they really do. They're good. They
love
put
those.
good flavor in it.
And those sun dried tomatoes. I like to chop up the sun dried tomatoes, the ones that's just in the olive oil, and use those. Those are lots of flavor in those too. But you know, this is one of those dishes that we're just building on flavor. Go ahead and stir that up one more.
See how good that does?
That done real good.
There.
Now I'm gonna cheat. We're gonna check some of that chicken. I'm gonna use
I don't think it's done.
my handy dandy, but I can tell you a meat thermometer, and we're gonna see where it's at right here.
I don't know. It might be.
Let me probe that big piece right there.
That could be a good tip of the day. If you ever cook any meat, get a meat thermometer.
That's right at
one.
one.
Used
That's
one
at
for
one.
a long time.
That's at 150. So we're gonna let that
And
go.
now I wouldn't do without
We
it.
wanna get that to about 170. So let's close that back up and let that cook just a little bit. I'm gonna have to close the spoon and everything.
Put my onions and.
I know it. But like I say, this is one of those dishes that there's a lot of flavor going on in there already. But then we're gonna dump these tomatoes, and we're probably gonna wind up and put a little bit more of this Creole in there. And I also got a Creole. It's a Creole that's got a butter flavor to it. And I should have brought it and tried it in this dish too. But I love Creole. It's good in anything. And then we're gonna put some of this ground colander. It's dried. It's ground cilantro is what it is. But we're gonna put a teaspoon. How do you pronounce it?
I can't even see it.
So you ain't got your glasses on.
I ain't got my glasses on. I don't know.
Colander.
If it's, what'd you say?
It's dried. It's ground. It's cilantro. Is what it is.
Okay, well it's just cilantro then.
Yeah, but it's. Got a little bit of a. It's just what the recipe calls for. Just we'll go ahead and it called for a half a teaspoon, so we'll put about a half a teaspoon. See what I can get right here. That's probably pretty close right there. Take that top off. It's just like I say. Like I said, we're adding flavor. And what we're gonna do is go ahead and while you got that top off, we're gonna go ahead and dump these tomatoes.
Ooh, it's smelling good.
That can opener was acting just like you.
It must be so.
Now look, we're not gonna drain these. I'm not draining this. I want everything that's in this can in here. And you can tell, look, see those that got that. You can tell those have been cooked. Those are that's good stuff right there. I like those a lot.
This might be pretty good.
You just keep on cooking, Miss Cleveland. I can go ahead and tell you that's gonna be good right there. And so we use that big pot because now that we got all that, we got a lot of pasta right here. And I don't know if it's gonna hold it all, but I'd rather, this is just me, I'd rather have a whole lot more of the goodness than the pasta. So we're gonna start with the goodness, and we'll see how much pasta we can get to go in there. So and so that's coming together good though. That's coming. So we're gonna let that cook another minute or so. And I'll tell you something else I will add. I'll go ahead and slice this while we're waiting. Let me get my other.
Well, while we're waiting, I want to wish our granddaughter a happy birthday. She just turned a year old.
Yep.
And she's the sweetest, cutest baby ever. So Reese Willow, happy birthday.
Yep, happy first birthday. And many, many, many more.
Yep.
It's growing up way too fast.
Yep.
Like I said, our kids are grown and gone and back and gone. And now we got a granddog.
Oh, yeah.
We got
Grand dog and a granddaughter.
Yeah. And both of them spoiled rotten.
Yep.
Miss Marley May and Reese.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and take that off. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this glove on the cat. I'm gonna squeeze. This is just a half a lemon, and I'm just gonna squeeze it through my hand so I can catch. I don't want the seeds or anything to go in there, but that's just a half of a lemon. We're just gonna get the juice of that. Okay. We'll let that go about one more. I'm gonna save that lemon right there. We may do something with that in a minute. Let me check that while you got the top off one more time, Miss Cleveland. See where we're getting to. Me check that piece right there. All right, we 172 right there on that one.
Check that one.
174. So yeah, so that's good. So we're good right there on that. So now, go ahead and just throw that top to the. Let me set it to the side right here, cause we finna to go and do this up good right here. We move this over here out of the way.
One good stir.
Yep.
I like it all mixed up.
And so I like the way those onions look. They're not just cooked all. They're getting clear, but they're not cooked all. You'll know there's some in there. And with those tomatoes, that just look. I could just eat it like that.
Yeah, that does
right
look
there.
good.
They don't even need nothing. All right, now this is a cup of, like I said, the heavy whipping cream. Now I don't know if it's gonna take all this. We're gonna start and just add a little bit, and then if you think once we stir that in, we're gonna look at that. We're gonna stir that up. Yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah, you're gonna take.
It's gonna take this, and it's gonna need.
Yeah.
And like I say, it may need a little more. This is a pretty big pan full. But see, the thing about this, like I told you, you can always keep adding, but you don't. It's hard to get it out.
I think that's good.
You stir it on in there, Miss Cleveland. We want to let that thicken on up. Just bring that up. Bring that heat on up so that it'll come back to a boil, or
That's
to a.
it.
Yeah, it's coming. It's starting to bubble right there in the middle. And then we're gonna come with some of that parm, and then we're fixing to come in there with that pasta. That looks pretty good right there already. We're gonna let that cook just for a second. I don't know. And this Parmesan, like I said, then again, you can measure with your heart on this, but this is a cup right here, and I'm gonna sprinkle some, and we're gonna let this.
That's something you would see in a restaurant.
What's that?
This
Oh
dish.
yeah, this is gonna be better than what you get in the rest. It's always better when you cook it at home. That's some of these dishes, you eat it, and then you wonder how to make it. Go home and figure it out, and you find out you can make it better than they can. So we want to let that bubble just a little bit more, and then I'll let you stir that cheese in.
You let me.
And then we're gonna. Now this pasta, you can use any kind of pasta you want. I think this is the penne or whatever you want. You can use the bigger pasta. I mean, you could use
That
noodles.
swirl stuff.
I mean. Yeah, the curling ones. You could use the
curling
elbows. I mean, really, you could use whatever you wanted to. But I just dumped this whole. I don't ever cook a half a box. I just always cook the box, and so we're gonna see how much we can get in here. But just cook it. I don't have to tell you. That's the reason why I didn't cook this on air, because look at the box. Cook your pasta according to what the directions are. Just cook it till you think it's. I always cook mine a minute. Like I try to take it off a minute before it's done and run it up under some cold water, because I know I'm gonna add it to something hot. So. Just cook it and have it ready, and then we can. Tina, go give that one more good stir around these sides, and then we're gonna dump this on in. So this right here is looking like
And this would be good with some of that garlic bread.
And I'm gonna show you. Something. I think we're gonna put a little bit more of that parm in there once we add this.
That what?
That Parmesan cheese.
Oh.
We're gonna add a little bit more cheese. But that's looking, and we're going to, remember what you was talking about, what's that sitting over on the counter, that pasta water? If we need some, say that
I thought it
pasta
was dirty water. I was like, pour that stuff out. It looks like dirty water.
But always save you some pasta water. 'Cause that pasta water is good for a lot of different dishes, and it's just it makes it a whole lot better than adding just any like regular water or something. I don't know, Miss Cleveland.
Yeah, it ain't gonna take all that. That's a lot.
All right, I want you to stir that in, and let's see. It might take a little bit more. But like I said, I'm gonna give you a little bit more. Let me give you a little bit more cheese. I'm gonna dump some in this right here. This is just regular, just shredded Parmesan. I grabbed a bucket last night. I had a whole block. I didn't have time to get it.
It might need some more whipping cream.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say a while ago, is you can always add and make it a little bit more creamy. Yeah, it's going to need some. I was thinking it was. Let's go ahead and put that.
Yep.
Can't get enough cheese.
So
in
add
there.
more whipping cream.
My handy dandy quart jar, ain't good for everything. Instead of bringing that big old jug of it, I just put what I thought was gonna need in here. So we'll do that. And the thing about this is we're adding a little bit more. This means that I know we're gonna have to re-season now. So if you keep mixing, let me sprinkle a coat of this on the top. See, we may be getting up. That's probably
That's
good.
a lot. That's what
Well,
that is.
no, but what I was gonna say, but that's not. We haven't put 3 tablespoons in there yet. We probably done put a good heavy 2, but we ain't up to 3
I
yet.
think that's plenty.
But see, that's getting more creamy now, and the warmer the more that cheese melts, the hotter that gets. It's gonna get shown up.
I gotta
Good.
sneeze.
Good.
Stir that. Ugh.
You know what I was saying? That's what that Creole do to you. It said,
It did. It went up my nose.
If you ain't sneezing, you ain't seasoning. That's what they say. So, we got it. We got it going now. Now see, you could also add, if you add a little bit of that pasta water, it makes all this stick good because it works really well in a dish like this. But I don't know if we're gonna need any.
I don't know. I think if you put the top on it and let it sit.
Yeah, we're gonna let
on
this.
low.
We're gonna let this simmer right
Probably
here.
just-
I want to get it mixed. But see, this is one of those things that you got to. I told you got to taste as you go. Now, if you wanted it more creamy, or if you wanted it less creamy, that's one of those things I was telling you a while ago. You got to start and gauge it to how you like it. And this looks pretty good for me right here. But as far as that seasoning, even though you think we put a lot in there, see if we got a fork right there. I want to get a piece of this pasta out, and I just want to. You got to sample and taste as you go.
Here.
I laid 1 or 2 out right here. So what I'm gonna do is get just a piece of pasta, and we're gonna see. You want me to burn my mouth, don't you? I need some more.
You gonna burn somebody up?
No, I'm just telling you so.
We got to go. Got to go.
Like I say, if you keep adding, but if you keep adding, you got to keep seasoning. And we didn't put any. I'm gonna put this is just garlic, pepper. And this right here gonna be ready to plate up in a minute. You want to finish stirring this up?
I will.
Now you got me about to sneeze.
Yeah, that's telling you it will.
That Creole will do it, but that looks pretty good, Miss Cleveland. And like I said, this is quick, simple. I mean, this come together. Like I said, we had to boil the pasta ahead of time, but you know the pasta you could go ahead and put your pasta on, and it boils about 10 minutes. So you could go ahead and put it on and let it cook while you're cooking your chicken, and this come together in 20-25 minutes.
Yeah.
So y'all just stay with us. We're gonna come back and we're gonna plate this up and see what a piece of that chicken tastes like here in just a minute. But if you want this recipe, reach out to us or copy it off the screen or let us know and we'll send it to you. Come back, join us on the master's table.
Okay, welcome back. We're gonna plate this up and see what it tastes like, but let me give you your tip of the day. If you use a cutting board, and most everybody does, you know how you're cutting vegetables and it slides here and there? Well, if you'll take a damp paper towel or a damp cloth and put it under that cutting board, it will not slip. It's a great thing. It works. So,
It does work.
So
I
that's
do it
your
all the
tip
time.
of the day, to use damp paper cloth under your cutting board to keep it from sliding.
I don't get you. I know you want to taste it.
That's a big old bowl, though.
Well, I'm just putting a little bit in here just so you hear.
I'm gonna get a fork.
Okay. I thought you were gonna use your fingers.
No.
Here, I'm not gonna fill it up. I just want to give you enough taste so you
Okay, but it's hot.
can. A creamy Cajun chicken pasta with sausage.
Mm-hmm.
That pretty good? Mm-hmm. Now see, you could like I say, if you had some good garlic bread to go with this, or I mean,
This is definitely a restaurant food.
yeah, this is pair it with a
bit
good.
hot, though.
You could do a good, but it's a
It's good. It's very good.
It's a good authentic tasting
good.
dish. I mean, I know this is mine probably is not as good as what you can get on the banks in Louisiana, but this is the way they do it up. You know, they use that sausage and a lot of Creole in it, and that's what makes it good. And a little bit of heat. I like a little bit of heat. We was talking about barbecue sauce yesterday. I like sweet heat. I don't like hot heat, but it's hard to make this sweet heat at the same time. But that looks pretty good. We'll let that simmer for just another minute. You got you. Let me get that cheese off, Miss Cleveland. Well, I always said you was cheesy.
Okay, so you want to do it.
This is she said she's got her mouth full. She can't talk, but this is a quick, easy,
What a blessing, huh?
weeknight. Yeah, that is a big blessing. She can't talk. She got too much cheese.
Gotta go.
Yep, we got to get out of here. Creamy, cheesy Cajun pasta with chicken and sausage.
Try it. God bless you. Come back to see us next week. Amen.